look, it might have been like a week and a half since we did one of these, but at least it won't be as big of a train wreck as the Giants season.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. All right, welcome back.
Absolutely living in Spain here.
Dude, you're living in Spain without the A. You're in Spin.
I am literally in Spin. I sure hope we see Spinda today.
Dude, I hope we see Spinda. Hello,
That's
everybody.
Me.
Welcome back. It's PR time. It's your favorite duo. We're going to talk about Pokemon again. So this week was fun. Brian was on bye, and a lot of games were played under the radar. So there weren't a lot of people watching them live. So we're also a couple days late. So let's see how this goes. Let's see how much we remember. So we'll get started with my set versus THT Chris. So going into this first turn, we got Medicham and Amphi. Lead off Medicham because, I mean, he's very strong. He's banded. He's going to kill somebody.
Yeah, and Chris led off Amphi because he did not want to lead T-Tar this week for pretty obvious reasons.
Yeah, for, that specific reason. And he's going to go into Jump Bluff, and I'm just going to do 50% because it's great. Love Medicham. And then I dodged the Sleep Powder because I figured, you know what, it's fine if Medicham goes to bed, does its job, and I don't have to play around Jump Bluff, who is very annoying in this set, for sure. But here comes Dragonite.
Field immediately is a real nice thing. It feels almost like a 5v6 at that point.
True. So Dragonite comes in and DDs, which is very scary. But there's a lot of setup sweepers on Chris's team that are pretty intimidating. Slowking, honestly, being probably the second scariest one, because like a Psychic's doing pretty decent damage at +1 special attack, all things considered.
Yeah, but Slowking's the kind of guy that runs Flamethrower.
Yeah, so Flamethrower just knocks out Skarm. Skarm doesn't get to do much, but I do get a free switch into Medicham to throw off a big Shadow Ball, which just bounces off Registeel, because this Registeel is fat. And I hope you like Registeel, because you're going to see a lot of him today. So here comes Flygon, and Flygon was really instrumental in this set. Like, I feel like I haven't given Flygon his props too much, but this is his day.
Yeah, it's really nice having a good ground type on a Skarm team. I feel like it's definitely something Adam could use.
Everybody can use
Being able
Flygon.
to switch freely into Thunder Wave specifically is really convenient.
Yeah, you always got to watch out for HP Ice, it's very threatening.
Yeah, but not if you're behind a sub.
Yes.
So this Flygon's in a really good position here, and Chris has to wait basically his entire... one of his best Medicham answers straight up on just taking out a sub and eating 50. So, like, the team's a little broken down just by the fact that Flygon had to switch in one time. And the Vaporeon Flygon core defensively is right now almost impossible to stop. So we'll see if he can bounce back from this game.
Especially a nice little crit there. But, Registeel really can't hang too much. But it does force a kill because he can't switch out due to the spike, which is very, very nice.
True. I didn't even think about that.
So here comes Raikou, Young-Ho Raikou. He comes in, and at this point, the big damage dealers are in, and Raikou can kind of just go to town.
Yeah, there's nothing that can safely switch in or outspeed on Chris's team. I mean, there's a T-Tar in the back, which has come out finally, but it might be a little too late.
If anyone could do it, it is Tyranitar. Especially because we see another DD, so a double DD team like it's DPP.
Yeah, kind of a fun little thing you can do.
Yeah, this is a very fun
Tyranitar. Well, Gen 3 is Gen 4.
Yeah. Our slide doing way too much damage. Oh my god. Yeah, this is pretty physically defensive Vaporeon.
T-Tar is that guy.
He is that guy. I don't get flinched, which is great. And now it's a sleeping Slowking versus the world. And Vaporeon goes down to sand, which means Medicham is in. I bring Medicham in so I can get a gauge for Shadow Ball damage going into Game 2. Which it says, okay, this is not as physically defensive as I thought it was going to be. So Game 1 goes really well. I don't even reveal the 6th, which is super nice. Going into Game 2, I still have that in my back pocket. So leading off at Game 2, I have no reason to not just BP because I know he's going to switch out, and I bring in Mischievous. Something nefarious is brewing, and this set is very fun. It is Imprison, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, it is Ice, and Taunt. So this completely stops everything Ampharos can do to me, and everything that Dragonite can do, all in one, and it's very fun. So Ampharos doesn't get to play the video game right now.
Yeah. Chris didn't have to go for sub that turn. He could have seen that he was being imprisoned and his moves were locked out, and he could have switched. So he didn't even have to go for the taunt.
Yeah, and then we see Ice Beam T-Tar.
Yeah, I should follow him.
Yeah, so Ice Beam kind of prevents Flygon from sitting on him, which is very annoying for my team. But it also means that Skarmory can do a pretty good job of taking the hits. So it's like, you know, one of Flygon or Skarm is going to sit on this Tyranitar. So, you know, it's good to know which one it's going to be.
Yeah, because it could be Ice Beam, it could be Fire Blast, or I guess he could forego Earthquake this week and carry both. But then you're running DD with 2 special moves, which is pretty risky.
Yeah, but at that point, I wouldn't even say that's worth it. So Chris goes for sub again, and then I bring in Mischievous, and I'm just going to shut down Ampharos completely. There's nothing you can do.
Ampy being toxic and still in prison is pretty brutal. Like,
yeah, so Amphy's
should have gotten out both times now.
Yeah. So Tyranitar's got to come back in, and I'm just going to throw some T-Bolts. Maybe try to get a Para would be nice. And so I go for Taunt, preventing DDs, and he goes for Rock Slide. So I could have gone into Medicham, but I decided, you know what, preventing the DD was a little bit more important at that point. Just because, you know, that Tyranitar +1 can definitely do some damage, even to Skarm.
Oh, for sure. And then it's faster than Flygon with the Ice Beam, so I don't hate it. And Chris sacks his Amphy here, which
honestly,
I don't believe he had a hero user, so I don't hate it.
And here comes the dickhead. Here comes Jump Bluff, who is ready to run amok. And I kind of throw away Mischievous because I just don't want to let him do his thing. So I could get a free switch into Raikou, and I can force it out, which is very nice. So I get a sub, prevent Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, all that stuff. If he encores me, you know, good on him, but he also can't touch me.
Yeah, it's not a great idea to go for the Encore this early in the game when you still have full HP T-Tar, because like if he hit HP Ice that turn, you just explode and die.
Yeah, exactly.
You want that Jump Bluff for later, knowing like what's on the team now.
So here comes Ol Snuggles, and
yeah, then Chris goes for a bold DD here. I'm very surprised.
Honestly, I really like the DD because you start to apply some pressure with the Rock Slide, especially when you get a crit. So kind of just take out Skarmory. Skarmory's getting bullied a little bit with these critical hits and everything. So I really thought Chris was going to DD.
I think any good player worth their salt will trade a layer of spikes for a dead T-Tar.
Yeah, for sure. It's just, you know, I try to go for the double, and I really just, you know, I'm trying to whittle this Tyranitar down.
Exactly, yeah.
So here comes Vape. I know Vape
now
can
he's
take a hit.
Switch. He has to switch out. Unless he just wants to go for big damage, which he tries to, but you have a very nice Flygon switch here.
And then I could just switch back and forth, and Medicham could come in, and I'm just like, all right, please don't freeze me. We're good. All right, T-Tar's down. And now I unfortunately let Jump Bluff in to do its thing, and I let... In hindsight, this was a very bad decision. But at the same time, I kind of needed my other Mons.
No, this was a bad decision at the time. T-Tar just died, right?
Tyranitar is dead. However, there is a Registeel, which handles a lot of my moves quite well.
Sure.
So I make the double. Here comes Slow King, right? So we're gonna play this little dance. It was a really good double switch from Chris, just because like, you know, Jump Bluff is not gonna stay in, and you know I'm switching out my electric type. So
minding that turn, wow.
So I tried to call a rest out because he was in range. So I figured, you know, maybe he'd want to keep his Slowking around. And then he lives, which is very unfortunate. So now Flygon is super low. And I could get Encored, but he goes for Leech Seed and he misses, which is super helpful for me. So
he definitely could have Encored, but I'm sure he was calling you out on the switch there.
So, and then here's the Encore, kind of locking me into Rock Slide so he can go into Reggie for free. And now Reggie is here to fuck shit up. So with Medicham,
Medicham like that right away.
yeah, I'm just like, look, please wake up. So this is what I was talking about, where I shouldn't have let Medicham go to bed. Because now,
Flygon, right?
so I try to get some chip, and I am out of range, which is super good. So I know Dragonite's probably gonna come in, but at the same time, I can't really.
You can't afford to.
I can't afford to let him do that. So I try to get some chip. That was bad play.
Why?
Because I needed to do consistent damage to Registeel. Because now at this point, we're going into hyperspeed. Because Thunderbolt is not going to kill.
Fast, Matt. We need to pause that turn before we go into hyperspeed.
Sure.
So, like, on the Dragonite, right? Like, what's your report on that? Health-wise?
Say 7.
Right. So I know the Thunderbolt is probably not a guaranteed kill on Dragonite. But also, like, if you catch Registeel with a T-Bolt on the switch, it dies.
That's true.
In 2 hits. And if you don't get the Registeel, then maybe you still have the roll to kill Dragonite. Because it was so close to 50 on the first T-Bolt down, right? And unless that was, like, the guaranteed max damage, I think sending T-Bolt turn 38 actually wins the game. Because Vaporeon can clean up both of them by just hitting Surf after that.
That's true.
But assuming that, you make the read on here, and if you do kill the Dragonite, then it's not in the back at least, and maybe you can win with just T-Bolt and Surf Vaporeon with a 2v1 instead of 2v2 that is now.
Yeah, and I also didn't know Reggie's moves, so I just figured I'd...
Yeah, he hasn't revealed anything yet. Yeah. He didn't reveal Rest yet, so...
I didn't see Rest, and I didn't see T-Wave yet.
You didn't see T-Wave in game 1, actually.
Oh, I did? I don't even remember.
Yeah. You failed on the Flygon.
Oh, that's
right.
Right,
you can hyperspeed it out from here. Right now, basically the end game is, can Calm Mind Raikou break through this Registeel?
The answer is I'm going to get fully paralyzed.
Yeah, and Chris reveals Earthquake too.
Yeah, which I didn't know
have
he
that
had.
Move.
So it's
if you didn't have Earthquake, then this game definitely would have been over.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it's pretty nice to have a defensive rester, and I don't think a lot of teams have that option right now.
It's kind of hard to fit,
Yeah.
But
because most of the mons that can't get that want to stall out don't have Sand Chip, and they don't have Toxic helping them out, or they can get Toxic, meaning they have to rest earlier. Registeel just happens to be that one little niche that doesn't have either of those problems, and now one of the only 2 teams that can actually even do it.
That's true. Yeah, so anyway, we're sitting here and we're going for PP stalls.
Yeah, I don't recall there being ever a way for you to get back to this at this point. I know you were just getting Raikou healthy effectively and needing. It
was really a matter of I was trying to PP stall out the seismic tosses so that I could kind of just sit there with Vaporeon, and as long as I won the PP war and I kept one Ice Beam for D-Knight, then I was fine. But I was kind of just playing this out to see if Chris would mess it up. But also kind of go for some freezes and everything, which I do get one eventually. There it is.
Which is very funny because it's counterintuitive to the stall.
Yeah, so I throw off a wish, and it's like, all right, let's try to get Raikou going. I just need a couple of Calm Minds, and I can make this work.
Right.
So here's the sub. I go over for subs. I'm like, all right, let me get 2 hits. Get 1 Calm Mind up.
Yeah, especially with his 7-turn freeze now.
Yeah.
He had a long freeze.
He did have a long freeze, and I get full paired there, which sucked a lot. And at this point,
we're back at it again.
We're back at it again.
It's as nothing has changed.
Yep. Going for freezes. Anyway, we're gonna let this play out until a certain turn, and then we will kind of be like, yeah, you can guess what happens now. So Chris starts going out Thunder Waves, PP stall, having a great time. So.
Yeah, remember this started at turn 37.
Yeah.
Registeel has yet to leave the field.
He doesn't need to. So I throw off a wish, right? And I'm thinking, all right, he's been spamming Thunder Wave. Maybe I can do it, but it doesn't work.
Then he calls you out, hits EQ on the perfect turn.
So we go to game 3.
But I will say this: seeing how good that Registeel was, I sure hope Chris's only real priority now should be to get Medicham dead. Everything else they can handle. They can even handle the Flygon somewhat. So if he can get rid of Medicham and secondary
if I
Flygon,
can position Flygon well enough, I can handle it with the spike down and everything. Force it to rest. And,
so his goal should only be to take out those 2 mons, really. And then Registeel can hang like out with the rest if it needs to in a backup plan. So that was my thought coming into this game 3. Let's see how it goes out. Because honestly, I forget how the game 3 goes.
So
I think if I remember correctly, a lot of crits.
There's Dragonite and BP. Oh yeah. Here's Missy. Missy's back to do its thing. Chris wastes no time. He goes right to Tyranitar. So I just throw off the Imprison anyway.
Which I didn't know Imprison would fail if you didn't have one of the moves. I think that's interesting.
It is very funny. So,
like
spoiler, I don't have Dragon Dance on Missy. I know. It's hard to believe.
No Rock Slide either. Speaking of Devil, here's Rock Slide.
True. So no flinches, which has been nice. However, critical hits will come.
And Chris very okay with just letting his T-Touch stay in here and getting it toxic when he has a Registeel in the back with Seismic Toss. It's just an interesting play to me.
So here comes Jumpluff, which is the one guy I really didn't want to see.
Yeah, no, that's not a good one. But you get a little turn to protect your lefties, and he could always sub up that turn, which would be funny.
I was more worried about sleep. It's just like, I need the HP if he subs. It's like, fuck. But I got Misdreavus. So I'm just like, you know what? It could go to bed. It's fine.
Right, because out of all the things that Chris doesn't really care about, it's this.
Yeah.
Like, he would rather put something more high priority to sleep, like Skarmory or Medicham or Flygon. So if this goes to bed and just hangs out in the back the whole day, which, by the way, hysterical struggle here.
It's very funny. And eventually, I quickly realized this is a losing battle.
Yeah, you got to get out of here. The Seed plus Sand Chip isn't helping, and Jumpluff just gets all its HP back thanks to...
Yeah, so I actually taunt this turn so I could get I don't know why I did, to be completely honest. I feel like at this point I'm just like, wasn't really paying the most attention. But now I'm just like, I get my free turn for Raikou, and that's kind of what I wanted.
Mm-hmm. And the taunt are off here, so if I was Chris, I'd be hitting Encore this turn.
Which he does.
Which is the absolute correct play.
So it's Encore, and then we're kind of sitting here together.
Right.
But so he gets out.
He has to leave because he can't do anything else.
I figure, you know what? Why not? Like, I'll make him make the play. Because, like, I'm not the most afraid of Dragonite because, he's got Earthquake. But I have physically defensive Vaporeon, and it kind of handles everything. Yeah,
it kind of is just the best mod in the format, yeah.
I don't know about that. So I make the double. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do some big damage. I got Medicham in for free, and it's time to click damage. So I'm gonna do 86%.
Yeah, it's time to get an 86% crit break.
Yeah. I don't want to risk a speed tie.
Yeah.
So I come in on the HP flying, and then I do an oopsie daisy, and I forget about the thunder. I don't get parried. So that's good.
Thunder Dragonite's a real funny niche in this gen.
Yeah, so I kind of forgot that it was a thing, and then I sacked Misdreavus, and I don't know why.
I don't know why he hit HP flying. I guess he was predicting the Flygon switch.
Or something, yeah. But I think what I was worried about at the time was if I clicked Protect, then I let Jumpluff in, and he can Encore my Protect and start doing his bullshit, and I didn't want to give him a free opportunity. So I figured, all right, if I sack Misdreavus, then I could get Raikou in for free, and I prevent him from going into Jumpluff.
Well, Dragonite's dead next turn, no matter what, right? He doesn't have a Heal Bell user, and the
so Dragonite
Sand plus Toxic Chip will kill him as soon as he enters the battlefield. So he has to stay in. Probably wasn't thinking that, I'm sure, but he was just, it's on the lines. But without a Misdreavus, this Registeel does have a lot of Seismic Tosses for free. Although, granted, not in the best position yet.
Yeah. So Flygon's here to start doing his thing. Getting up subs, healing a little bit with lefties, and reducing
no Sand Chip for Flygon.
Yeah.
Doing a real considerably good amount to Slowking.
Yeah. Not enough to get the kill, so I got to get out of there. So it's like, all right,
even though
we got to sit here.
Vaporeon, it certainly doesn't take a Psychic like one.
No. And he goes for the Calm Mind, which is a crazy play.
Brave.
Very, very brave play, which
you can't touch it, right? You can't touch it.
But he can't kill me.
No, he can't. But he's certainly trying to. Probably thought he could.
Yeah, but I can't do this forever. So eventually Toxic's going to wear it down. So I'm like, all right, here's Skarm. If he goes down, he goes down. He crits me with Psychic. It did matter. Because it was a roll. Granted, it was heavily in my favor, but still.
We had a crit for a crit so far.
Yeah, so, that's unfortunate. But now Flygon can come in and threaten the KO.
Kind of fine, because Flygon right now in this spot is in a really good, cool place. Because either he's forced to rest,
which I thought he
or
would
he's going to let a Slowking die.
Yeah. Because again, the last thing I want to do is let Jumpluff in for free.
Yeah, like this could have been a jump off encore turn right here.
Yep.
And I'm sure that's why it's in right now.
Yep.
Which now he's playing 50-50, right? He can either sleep powder or encore.
So
and he
I
gets
was
the
ready
lead
for the
speed.
sleep powder, so I actually had sleep talk ready to go.
That's funny.
So
I
if
think
I
that's
had
a
gotten
funny
a sleep talk
24.
sub, that would have been awesome.
Mhm.
If I'd gotten rock slide, even better. If not, no harm,
Yeah.
no foul.
That's cool tech. But he makes a pretty cool read here. And then he encores, which I loved, by the way.
Yeah,
that was a
great play.
Now you got to go for the
Now here
sub or
comes
sleep.
the sub or the sleep, and I'm like, okay. He's still subbing.
Yeah, he's not giving you the sleep talk because he knows you're locked into it, which I guess is the safe play.
Mhm.
But now you got to hit encore this turn, and you just got to let him hit HP ice.
Yep. So I can't
There you go.
afford to make this, make this play. If he wants to put me to bed, he puts me to bed.
Exactly.
At this point in the game, I'm just trying to get him to put something to bed so I don't have to play this infuriating mind game with myself.
Well, it's also like interestingly, like it's kind of fun because I look at Chris's Mons left, right, and nothing can touch Metacham right now because, well, everything
Look at
dies to Brick Break.
Yep.
Or it's
So-
a jump off that doesn't have an attacking move.
Yeah.
So
So I just
This
make
is
the
like-
play going, you know what, if he's gonna
I don't care.
go for sleep powder, so be it. I'm gonna make the play because T-Tar is I actually thought it'd be Reggie. So I was like, alright, I'll bring in Metacham, I'm gonna click some buttons, and in my head I'm
definitely couldn't
thinking, just don't get static, because Amphi's coming in to die.
Yeah, he definitely can't get put to bed though, right?
Yeah.
But
But
then he
still,
gets static.
now I lose the speed advantage against Reggie and T-Tar, which is annoying.
Yeah.
And I get full
That
parry.
was the right Mon to sack, by the way, in my mind. Chris is
Amphi,
slowly running out of,
100%, yeah.
As long as he doesn't have a way to safely get anybody in to kill this Metacham, and you can just wish past it later if you need to.
Yeah, so I'm kind
you
of
can jump
forced
while it's
to...
annoying.
I just gotta get jump left chip down.
Exactly.
So
But you can't do this forever because of the leech seed, obviously. So, you do get out.
So this turn, I go and it's like, all right, the sub is coming. He's got to do it.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
we've had the past few interactions where I'm in a really tricky spot right now because, again, if any of my guys that are alive go to bed, I'm going to have serious trouble with something. So
This is where
the
static
obvious
comes
play
in,
is
little bonus.
to sub, right? On my end, it's like, if I sub, I'm safe. But Chris can definitely make that play, and I've already shown I'm willing to just HP ice while he encores. So I have to make him make the play. And I'm
right.
lucky that I get it right.
I still don't think he should have sleep powdered, though.
No, I think sleep was definitely the play. Because then you shut
Mhm.
Raikou down.
No, because why would Raikou ever want to, like, there's just no reason to put yourself in such a bad disadvantage with a Raikou behind a sub. Whereas if he's locked into HP ice, you're then playing a 50-50 at worst. If you're already poisoned T-Tar, that can just DD or whatever. But if the T-Tar gets a safe turn to DD, he can win the whole game. But now he doesn't because he has to worry about breaking the sub, so he loses his jump fluff, loses the T-Tar, and now it's Registeel that just dies to Brick Break. So I personally did not like the sleep powder, knowing that he had no real answers to Raikou behind a sub left that didn't involve sacking his whole team. And
Yeah,
that's
but at the
just
same
more of a
time, I'm
team
just saying
issue.
it's like, sub was the play for me, but like I very easily could have just clicked HP ice, and it would have been the same shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, now I'm forcing jump fluff out.
Then you're not behind a sub and you're locked into it. Whereas, like, you weren't locked into any of those moves as soon as you got the free sub up because he didn't hit encore, you know?
Mhm.
So that
But,
gives you the
like,
chance to switch your moves around.
Right, so at the same time, let's say he did encore on HPS, right? I'm forcing him out, he's got to go. I can very obviously, looking at who's left, just make the switch to Flygon.
Yeah. Which is
Because
why I
like
said
if
at worst it's a
he can't stay in and leech because that's a throw. He has to.
No,
You
but
got
he
to
could
switch
stay
because
in
jump
and
fluff
he
is
could
going to
stay
do
in
it.
and sleep powder.
So sleep powder would be the play. It's the best mid ground you could do.
Well, here's the thing, right? So you switch out and he hits sleep powder after he encores. Either you're encored behind a sub and you don't do anything, you're encored into HP ice and you kill him and he gets a chance to get a DD up for free. Because then then he gets the free DD switch later with T-Tar. And then that gives him his one last shot to try and win the game. Granted, you'll probably protect stall him out with sub and protect on Vaporeon, but
I don't have
'cause he's
protect on
broken.
Vaporeon.
You did have protect on Vaporeon?
No.
I said that, yeah.
I don't.
No. Well, then that case would have been even better, right?
Yeah. So there's a nice little crit.
And the game's pretty much over here from here,
And,
just getting
yeah.
that Chen in safely. Granted, he is paralyzed.
No,
but
it's not
that
even
big a deal.
Medi. It's just get
Oh yeah, Flygon. Flygon.
Flygon's gonna come in. But
Oh,
I think
okay.
Raikou's actually gonna do it. So I get a Calm Mind. Little zap. Do another one.
Mm-hmm.
Honk shoe.
No, he doesn't do it.
And
Oh, well, hold on. Now he's going to do it.
He lives. You just get a kill though.
Get up. Get him.
And then
Cook him.
Go goggles are here. So not stressful. Jump left's good.
Yeah, you should definitely trade for him or something.
I tried. Unfortunately, is not going to go through for
I think jump
free
left's
agency.
in the jump left wasn't picked up in the other conference, right?
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
Yeah. Little shout out for anybody over in the
Ruby conference.
Yeah,
All
sorry,
right.
I forgot what one I was in.
No, it's all good. All right. Next set, we got JT and Drew. We see Marowak versus Slowking.
That's
And
a
the
funny
HP
lead.
bug does 55.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And
Marowak, hella
it's
strong.
a real shame that Slowking didn't have surf.
Yeah. Also, imagine if
Probably didn't wanna
JT clicked
show it, right?
Earthquake on that turn. Or something.
He totally could have, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't think the earthquake would kill though.
I don't know. I feel like he probably would have.
Wait, actually, yeah, it's just stronger. I don't know why I didn't click it.
Yeah.
He might have had Boomerang instead and didn't want to miss, is my guess.
That is totally fair. So Hariyama's going to bed. Blossom is here. Here's Mence. Hariyama eats the Intimidate. We're going to see a double into Arcanine, drop an Intimidate. Very good.
Yeah.
see
And
DD.
then Ment doesn't seem to care apparently and hits DD.
And-
And then
We got Howl Arcanine with +1, only doing 50. Arc eats that Rock Slide.
Arcanine's a fun set. You don't see
Arc-
that in any other gen.
Yeah, also barely not getting the kill is unfortunate. But Pert will handle.
It was
this.
a 50-50.
So,
And Drew the kind of guy that just let his Ments go down, it looks like. JT
I
thought
mean,
this
yeah,
was
he's
HP
done his
grab.
job. Because you're at 2%, you know, it's going to be hard
Oh, yeah.
to get that going.
It was really funny. When JT protected, he goes, oh my gosh, is that HP grass? Like, bro, it's DD Mens. There's no way it's HP grass.
Yeah. Like the Buzz doing no type of damage.
Mm-mm.
This is very specially defensive Blossom.
It's not
He's
that
chilling.
guy. Yeah, God will also proven to be one of the better NUs right now.
Yeah, for sure. Here comes Aerodactyl, and he's going to go for some damage.
it's
Slowking
double
does
edge.
not want to eat that.
And that looks like Slowking's the sack today.
Yeah, which I totally agree with. He's pretty low. You get meta in for free.
Mhm.
Granted, here's Pert. We're going to see a boom. No.
No.
So Pert's
You're
going
gonna miss your
to
medium
eat.
match.
You're going to see Ice Beam. Yep. Good play from
No,
GT. But even so, that's so little damage. It's like, bruh.
JT, train your Swampers to be offensive. I just want to see it one of these weeks. I just want to see him do some damage.
That's true.
Like,
Here's
I
Hariyama.
like the number to be higher than 30.
True. So Hariyama's going to take a
Hariyama
little
Blossom's
snooze.
kind of putting a lot of the team on its back right now. Putting
Blossom
half the
has
things to
single-handedly carried this game. Well, Hariyama is awake. Good morning. Goodbye, lefties. But you're going to give all that HP right back.
Yeah, and then Electabuzz proving it has funny coverage with Psychic, and wow. Giving him guts.
Give him guts.
If he has it.
I would think so. With this
On one
team.
of the weeks, I think JT was running thick fat.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon, but a little
Ice
surprised
Punch.
here.
Timer.
Both of them. Yeah, both of them doing some funny plays.
Death. Here comes Arrow. Arrow is going to click rocks. Yep.
But that gives you Metagross switch number 2, right?
But here comes Swampert again. HP Grass. HP Grass.
Mhm.
HP Grass banded Mence or Metagross.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Really, yeah. It's
But
I
however-
believe it's HP gas banded.
So here's Typhlosion.
And
Nope. There goes Typhlosion.
I wonder if JT thought maybe in the back there was a flying type still that Drew could have had, because I feel like that's a very safe Earthquake to go for, although I know it hits Blossom for neutral damage with Double Edge.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at Drew's team, he really only had a Haunter left that could have been in the back there, which also doesn't take the Double Edge, so I think that's an interesting play.
Yeah.
Metagross has missed another Meteor match. Everybody point and laugh.
That's true. Well, he gets a crit to balance it out,
Hold
so
on,
I
he
guess
makes up for it.
it works out. Yeah. So here's Arrow.
very-
Arrow's going to finish it off, and
Very slowly seeing Aerodactyl just win every game he's ever been in.
turns out Aerodactyl is very good.
Yeah. Remember, you heard it here first, folks. Matt has officially called Arrow good.
I've never called Arrow bad. What do you mean? What?
I'm going back to DPP chats. Don't draft Arrow, he's bad.
Yeah, this is different. There's no Scarf. And he's just
Oh.
the guy. He just does
He's
the
just the
damage.
guy.
So here's Arrow, and Blossom falls.
I think Arrow got 5 kills that game, right? No,
Yeah,
maybe 4. I don't know how like they both died.
For honestly, I think he got all of them. He might have gotten all 6.
Yeah, so good job, Arrow. Marowak didn't get to play the game after turn 1, so, but he definitely.
I mean, he did what he needed to do. So let's see.
I
How does
would enjoy when
Marowak
JT
adapt?
runs his
He HP
hyper
bugs.
offense, you know?
No, that's Ghost. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's Ghost. You're right.
Dodges a Sleep Powder, which is huge, and then hits Double Edge. Blossom dies. Huge miss.
You know, so far not a great day for the Sleep Powder users.
No, misses Boomerang though. So again, we're evening
Boomerang
things
users.
out.
Brutal.
This is one of those where it's
lovely.
like, you know, yeah, hacks sucks, but like this is evening out. This is like, that's where this is where hacks is fine. See, there's a miss, so naturally JT's gonna get a crit or dodge something.
Yeah,
You
he's
know.
gonna dodge his Calm Mind.
True. 42%. He's going for it again.
Wow.
Very strong. Let me see a para or anything. Nope. Psychic. Electabuzz is living.
Oh, but,
But now he's gonna get a
range.
little boost, and now it's buzzing time. Slowking's gone.
Yeah, that's the power of the calc right there. If you
That's the yeah.
remember Drew going, I didn't think it would put him in the berry range. I'm like, always good to check. But here comes Hariyama not having a
There's
good
a static
day.
again.
Yeah,
It's
psychic
a
static,
shame.
30%, bro. It's a lot. You gotta respect static when you're going up against it. You can't just say, "Oh, I got parried by static." No, that thing is 30%.
Yeah. And here
On top of that,
he's going for Howls, which I think is very interesting because now you let Arcanine get paralyzed. He's going for it again. He said, "I'm
obviously
gonna beat up."
he's making the E-speed play here. He's like, I'm just gonna spam this until I die, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank
Here's
you,
Ben's
Will, for
drop
the comment
-1.
Yep. Yeah, so a little repeat of game 1 here with
And
a
he's
pulse
DDing.
attack
I think
Arcanine.
that was not the correct play.
Yeah, it's
Because
very
now,
bold.
look at this. Boom. He lives. Granted, you know, the roll. But
I
now,
actually like the DD, but like only if you had a Blossom in the back take on Swampert still maybe.
yeah, because now Swampert just kind of wins.
Well, no, Arrow wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Swampert doesn't do anything because he's dead here. But like now, what takes the Earthquake, right? Like what makes Aerodactyl not click Earthquake here because Mence is dead, right?
Yeah, there's no reason to. That's true.
Yeah. So of
Oh,
course
so
it
now
comes down
all he has to do is crit Metagross.
Yeah,
or
which he
dodge
does
Meteor
not, but
Mash.
Metagross decides
Done.
today is not the day to hit
There
his
it
Meteor
is.
Mash, and we don't get a game 3.
We don't get a game 3 because the universe has to balance itself out in some way.
You know, I hear HP Steel is not a bad option on Metagross.
I don't know who told you that, but I don't know if they're correct.
I think JT messaged me.
That's funny.
He loves those moves that can't miss. But I would like to see that game go to game 3, but it's a good job by JT not letting it.
Yeah, that's true. It's a skillful dodge. You know, it's like in the anime when they like call out, like, yeah, use dodge it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Use your Pikachu attack.
Aerodactyl, use dodge it. Anyway, we're getting right into our next set, which is Aaron and Dante.
The fun set of the week.
There's a
The
fun
game
set,
I like to have
some
fun.
silly things.
What was that Whaler's hidden power?
I don't know.
I have to think it's electric. Yeah, I'm like, I hope it's not rock. I hope rock hidden power rock Whaler does more than 50, right?
I would think, you know. But like, what do I know? It is Wailord. He has been known
Whaler
to
does have the
disappoint.
same attack and special attack stats, by the way.
Isn't that fun? I got any more
Yeah.
fun Wailord facts?
Yeah, subscribe for fun Wailord facts, like, you know, how Wailmore has almost the same base stat total as him.
That's funny.
It's
Also,
kinda
did
funny,
you know
isn't
that Wailord can't hit Hydro Pump because he does not have ice?
it? Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And you know what? Sometimes it can just explode. You ever see a whale explode? Like, you ever see the
Yeah.
videos of like whale fall and shit?
No, I don't want to see that, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've got enough of my booms by watching Aaron play each week.
That's fair.
Here's Zam. Zam's dead.
Zam's dead. He was here, now he's gone. So here's Metacham in for free, and
Dude, I was really, like, laughing at this name. So, like, there's no way he's actually running high jump kick.
yeah. Well, he did.
Yeah.
Don't ever
Later
use
on the
this
set, I
move.
asked him if he
It's
had
very
trick. He did
bad.
not have trick.
Soul Rock lives. Good for Soul
Yeah,
Rock.
Solrock's actually pretty good. I think he's, like, worth a good looking UU for a lot of mons that might be looking for an interestingly typed mon.
Yeah, it's got Baton Pass.
Levitate. Can't go wrong with more levitators.
Yeah, levitate, baton pass, immune to sand. It's like
explosion.
Yeah, it's like a Flygon that floats. It's cool.
I also think if like Medicham jumped into Blissey and missed, it ate like 400% recoil or something absolutely ridiculous.
Probably.
Now I know Dante's been using agility a lot on Moltres, and I kind of think it's actually funny. It might actually be one of the better agility mons in the format because I was looking at who gets agility, and I didn't really like a lot of them.
Yeah, agility is very interesting because it's like obviously there's Zapdos and everything.
Right, but not everyone has access to Zapdos.
Yeah.
So like, but anyone can pick up Moltres.
Not everybody, but a lot of people can. I've been trying to preach the power of the fire types.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see who listens.
Want a good agility pass? Does he get baton pass?
No,
Moltres?
He does not.
If you want something that can go pretty fast.
Because I mean, fire grass coverage is just so good.
Yeah. And not being weak to earthquake like Entei really helps.
Yeah, but yeah, Entei sucks. Also, the Quagsire, the hero, has really fallen. You know, he can't hang like he used to.
Yeah, it's a shame. He wants damp or water. Like against Whaler, you want damp and water absorb, and you can't have both.
Can't have everything.
But the newcomer Muck with Tract.
Yeah, I mean, are you in love with Google? Because
I don't think I feel. But love is love.
Do you not support love? I don't know. Also, I like it. I think it's really funny that Willard is going for Ice Beam to not miss.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, like, Muck is a special wall. Aaron does realize that. He's just looking to get himself into a boom point. You know, get him down below 75%. That was actually his goal, that one.
Yeah, for sure.
And Raji gets to play the game here, which Dante makes a cool disable Alakazam set, not realizing he would go first.
Yeah, it's a little funny. His Sable's pretty bad.
Yeah. Bad chance to hit. Oh, well. I definitely had Disable on my Kadabra when I was playing Fire Red Leaf Green as a kid.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what else? You gonna run Confusion, Psychic, Psybeam, and then...
Psywave for the nonsense because you didn't know what it did? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure he learned Psywave until later, but I definitely remember Confusion, Psychic.
I feel like he does.
Yeah.
Also,
and we got Fortress actually killing someone. I think we need a little cheer for that. Yay!
Yeah, Fortress Gaming is doing it. Here's Regice. Is he going to explode? He is. Aaron decided that he was going to just blow up with all his Pokemon.
Now reason not to. You've got the lead.
Why not? Flopera. Wow. You would think, oh, yeah, Shadow Ball cleans. It does. However, this is funny.
It is pretty funny. Yeah, I'm really sad when Aaron drops all his mons and doesn't know what to boom with. I need to know what he's going to do. Also, oh my god, that did 57. For 8 feet dark, I think? No, not 8 feet goat? What the heck is that?
Flying? We never did figure that out.
No way.
What else would it be?
I have no idea, Dante. You have to tell us. Oh my god. It did 4, and
so
it's not very
this part of the game,
I think it is.
Aaron just wanted to learn what this Alakazam did. He wanted to know the last move. So this kind of draws out a while.
Yep. And we almost got the Aaron Reyes clause again.
Yeah, and then we see Psychic. Now we know. And there he goes.
That was certainly the game of all time.
That was certainly a video game.
But
anyway,
Aaron had fun, and that's what matters.
Yes, fun. It's all about fun. Speaking of fun, I don't know if Adam had fun in this set.
Oh,
but here we go.
Oh, hold on.
So we got Skarmory and Porygon. Adam finally gets to lead Skarmory to good effect.
Yeah.
I don't know about the protect because you just get spikes. You know, you don't really care if you're parried because.
Yeah, Skarmory's the one dude that doesn't care about being parried, really.
Yeah.
But.
And we're just gonna see a crit Rock Slide and killing Dusclops. Dusclops doesn't die in one hit very often.
I'm pretty sure that crit was also a roll.
Which is insane. I didn't think Regirock was him.
He is him. Please respect Banded Rock.
Yeah, true.
But that's a nice opening, right? Because
yeah. And now it's spike time. And here's Banette. Is coming in and he's gonna ball.
Yeah, he's
all gone.
Oh my god, he's gone. I don't want to get one spike up and then not get spun on, which I don't hate. And oh my god, bro.
Here's another example of Jordan not remembering that things can be choice banded. and not understanding that the damage is how it is when she has 2 normal types that are here. So Sceptile is going to come into superpower and fucking die. So now, here we are. You might be wondering, damn, how is this not a fun time for Adam? Look at this. Look at this just absolute destruction that has occurred. What is going to happen? So Regirock is going to stay in, perhaps being overconfident in his superpower, but something nefarious is going on. And now all of a sudden, Regirock is not doing enough damage, and now he's dead.
And the worst part about all this is, like, that is your best mon.
That is the best mon. And now all of a sudden, it's like, how many physical attackers do you have left that can handle Blissey?
Yeah.
It's like, Adam is a very specially based team, and now Porygon is going to be able to recover Stall. And it's kind of at the mercy of, like, a crit.
Porygon right now.
Yeah. And all of this could be avoided if you just switch Regirock out.
And more importantly, all this could have been avoided if he just switched into Scarm and got a Toxic on this Porygon, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to do it here, right? But he missed, obviously, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe the Scarm didn't have Toxic. I thought it did this week.
It should.
So there's no reason for it not to, right?
So here also, you gotta realize, like, okay, you know Blissey's here. We gotta, like, not just click damage button. We gotta save our win, any way to win, which right now it's put Blissey on a timer, install it out with the bird. That's easy. You do that, no problem. But instead, we're trying to fight the Porygon, who's kind of gonna sit here a while and just do consistent damage.
Yeah. And granted, the Porygon is on timer, but, like, use that opportunity.
Yeah.
Don't.
So here's Blissey.
Hi, Blissey. Everybody say hi, Blissey.
Everybody say hello. But we see Heal Bell, and now all of a sudden, this is all out the window. And all of a sudden, you're looking at Regirock going, damn, I wish he was here.
And don't worry. We have Regirock at home.
That's true. So let's see. Can Bennett do it with HP fighting? Does a lot of damage. It's looking good for Bennett.
If he hits it again, right?
Yeah.
So if Adam doesn't get paralyzed here, he wins the game. I want to point that out.
Yes.
Right? So, like, that's a very unfortunate para, yes.
Yeah.
And now
here,
that Blissey's revealed
another,
Ice-Beam,
and then another.
Yeah, and there too, right? So that's 2 incredibly unlucky paras. And then, let's see, does he get the third one here?
No, he actually switches.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't hate it. Because, you know, if Jordan just hit Ice-Beam again, you were dead. So, yeah, 2 times now that Blissey could have died. Got a little unlucky.
Yeah. You see the roar, get the spikes. Blissey's at 25. You know, Blissey soft
cool Blissey percent, by the way.
We see Drill Peck, so there's no toxic in Drill Peck.
Oh, it's not. It's right. It's Drill Peck.
They're gonna roar. But the thing with the roar strat right now is, like, all your Pokemon are paralyzed, so Porygon's just gonna heal it all off anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's Houndoom getting a crit.
Oh, we got crit. Oh, brutal.
Very unfortunate. There's Big Fire Blast doing about 50%, which is good. Now he's paralyzed, so now he can't beat it.
You know, I don't hate getting Jolteon and baiting Jolteon back in instead of this Houndoom here, right? Well, it had Toxic too. Okay, yeah, I'm just like, get Toxic on this duck somehow. Yeah. That's what you want to go for. And then go to Jolteon. Get out of here.
There's Fire Blast too, so it's like...
Yeah, I think your Fire Blast sucks. But, like, no, because, like, it can't hit Ice Beam into Houndoom. And I know you're just trying to chip it and get Blissey back in, but, like, you can get a free heal here on your Jolteon. It's not a terrible idea. He's already paralyzed.
Yeah, it's a couple turns too late here. Now it's like, oh, I could have done that, right? Yeah. There's Blissey, like, there he is.
This is the perfect counter to
and you get a para. Yeah. Just...
Oh, brutal.
And a full para here, and a Heal Bell, and it's just unfortunate all around.
Oh, okay, well, the para's gone.
Yeah.
And sometimes funny to me when I used to play Blissey, I was like, do I actually want to Heal Bell off my para? Because then I can't get Toxic. Kind of fun.
It is kind of fun. So we're going to go into hyperspeed mode. And...
there is one more important turn to keep an eye out for here. And that's for a play that Adam can do to save himself from... It's right here, right?
Yep.
So, you and I know that he has all 4 of his moves revealed, right? Drill Peck being the final move.
Yep.
And Blissey here has 22%. So you cannot switch out this Blissey because you'll die to 3 layers of spikes.
Yep.
And the toxic damage is about like 40 here. So if Blissey stays in, it officially, it'll take the 20 whatever from Drill Peck, take the 40 from toxic, and we put back into this HP range again.
Yep.
At worst. And if it heal bells, you can kill it
but
with Drill Peck.
We get a roar, which
we get a sophomore roar,
which resets everything back to neutral, and now the game is kind of over. Skarmory's not going to be able to pull this one out.
Yeah.
So there's Blastoise. Blastoise isn't doing anything here.
And Blastoise needed to have toxic. I'm guessing it didn't. I mean, didn't have toxic, but Blastoise needed to be physical, I guess.
And even
have
then, yeah.
Brick Break or something, or Mirror Coat.
There's unfortunate crit. I mean, you could definitely just do the dance back and forth between Blastoise and.
You could, but Blissey does have seismic
but
toss,
now
right?
He's dead.
Oh, hold on, game back on.
So
game back on.
The game is on, and all of a sudden, granted, Zapdog, when Zapdog comes back in with lefties, I think it's over 100 HP to get a toxic, and then with Blastoise, you should be able to hold the fort down. So you just need to get a free switch into Jolt.
Well, not a free switch. Unfortunately, you do die to a seismic toss. But if you can bait out a Thunderbolt, but specifically maybe on Blastoise.
Blissey doesn't have it, so you need to let it go down so that he can come in
right,
and then eat a toxic.
Right, but the play, you see the play too, right? Yep. The play is to go and just. How do you get Jolteon in for free? You get Jolteon in with the lefties, but you can't bring it back afterwards. So it's just, you need to get Jolteon in for free, and I don't think there was a way.
Yeah.
Now, if there was another mon to sack in the back, like Houndoom, right? You can sack it, get your lefties with Jolteon. Sack Skarmory, get your lefties with Jolteon. Toxic it, and then have Blastoise set it for the last 7 turns or however long it took, right?
Yeah. I just kind of hope to stall it out.
Still. But we got game 2.
We got game 2.
Honestly, impressive play from Jordan. I don't think we really said it enough.
Yeah.
But she did come out of a literal 4-0 hole on turn 10 with 0 correct plays up to that point, and brought back a huge victory. So really impressive.
Yeah, for sure.
Adam now doing a very fun and Skarmory level strategy of getting all 3 of your spikes up by turn 4.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What else do you need?
Now get out.
Yep. You don't need to click protect. Granted, it's nice, but you should probably get out of there. So here's Reggie.
Yeah,
Reggie's going to do big damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Oh.
He's going for the prediction. Banette comes in, so it's Shadow Ball time. Bye-bye, Claydol.
Yeah. And goodbye, Claydol. We have yet to see Claydol do
Claydol has never done anything. So here's Banette. Throw off a Shadow Ball. Goodbye, Camerupt.
I feel like we saw this one before.
Yeah, I feel like this could be the same thing. Right, so I don't know what Sceptile's doing here. He's doing his best.
No,
the fact that we have not gone into the normal types at all is troubling.
Concerning.
Yeah. See, you played Sword and Shield, right?
Oh yeah.
Remember Hop?
Oh yeah.
Right, you know how he's always talking about knowing type matchups?
Oh, I didn't listen to him, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Jordan, do you know type matchups? Hop will be very disappointed.
Gotta go listen to Hop some more.
You gotta listen to Hop, yeah. He knows some things.
I'll say Adam is making a lot of HP ghost reads with his Regirock early, because expecting Jordan to make the switch to Dusclops each time. And he does get it that turn, so I do have to say that was a good job. And also a fun little tech here on his Houndoom. It doesn't actually have Flash Fire, it has Early Bird. That way, he can't.
Oh, I like that.
He can hit Fire Blast. Unfortunately for him, he gets crit by that Thunderbolt, so he can't live 2 of them.
And he gets crit again.
I didn't get crit on the second Thunderbolt. It's really there's a lot of bad hacks coming back at him.
Yeah, now Banette's gone, and Banette was pretty key here. But now
we saw how important Banette was.
Yeah. So here's Blissey. And
I love seeing Blissey lose 24% HP on spikes.
Me too, man. I just love seeing Blissey lose.
Hey, yo!
I'm not a fan. Alright, so Regirock can come in, and he can click Superpower. Goodbye,
which is what I believe
Sceptile.
he will do.
Oh, you thought. You thought Adam
since
would
you don't have
good
it now,
luck. However,
get out!
We're staying in! And now you're in
to
seismic toss range.
Yeah. You're not leftovers, so
You're not
you can never get
lefties,
this
you can't
HP
heal.
back.
And we're still staying in. They get a full parried, which is very fortunate.
I don't hate that with Blitzy because
I do.
You can stall.
Because you could be at 100% and not have to do this, and now your Regirock is fucking dead.
Yeah. Oh, no, the Regirock? Yeah, no. But, like, you can stall out the superpowers with Blitzy.
And we're also in an endgame situation, right? We look here, right? We got Zapdog at 82 with Toxic. We got the Accordion with Toxic at 17%. Mm-hmm. Just get a Toxic, you win the game.
Oh, no, because there's the heal bells. You have to play on that, too.
You just stall out the heal bells.
Correct. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
So it's one of those where you got to play a longer game, and honestly, I don't hate the going for freeze, because that does help.
Yeah, if you get the freeze, you can get Regirock in to attempt to do a superpower cleanup.
And we're gonna skip a couple turns because we do not see it.
If you don't get the freeze,
so there's the Toxic.
Yeah. Now I don't know what this Jolteon had for other moves. I mean, we know it has Toxic. We know it has Thunderbolt, and it probably had HPIs for Claydol.
Probably.
So that fourth move, man, could have been helpful, but and every time Jordan goes for Heal Bell, you have to reapply the Toxic.
Yep. That turn, boom.
Right. And doing this earlier might have and then getting Blastoise in to take the damage instead of going for the freeze and just stalling out the the Heal Bell usage could have been a good idea. Granted, without Skarmory being around, because it was sacked so early, you don't have an easy way of stalling turns.
Yeah.
And this team didn't have any, healing. Once something got hit, it was permanent.
And now we're kind of
getting tossed.
Blissey wins the day.
Blissey is the GOAT of Pink Blobmons.
It is the Pink Blobmon.
Yeah.
So
Fable's just not that guy yet.
No, once he gets the Magic Guard, he's him. But until then, we got Tim and Hall. We're gonna get right into this. We got Glalie versus Houndoom. Glalie is not happy. Here's Gardevoir picking up Flash Fire into sub.
Hall's been making a lot of good sub plays lately, I've noticed.
Yeah. So here's Charizard. Charizard comes in, takes some damage, and we don't see lefties.
I remember you were really happy about seeing that number not do over 50, right?
So now it's speed time. Wahoo!
Yeah, which is cool, but it's unfortunate that it had to be used this early because Hall has a whole team to respond to it.
Yeah.
And when you run something like Salaxard, you really want to use that in the later game. But you can also just beat up this Gramble with it, and that's always fun.
Yeah, and that's really funny.
And then I actually like the Earthquake that turn.
Yeah.
I don't know what Charizard's going to do at this point.
Eat mon ass. That's funny. Anyway, so here's Big Meaty Fins and Blastoise fighting it out for who's the best water type starter.
Pretty funny.
Pretty funny. Let us know. Let us know if you are a Blastoise kid or a Swampert kid. We will only judge you slightly.
Alligator.
Also, here's Doug in on Umbreon. Umbreon eats that up. We get a BP into Charizard. 52%.
Cool.
It's looking nice. And it's not doing a lot of damage.
A little bit less nice now.
Imagine if you clicked Belly Drum. Because it is Belly Drum's hard.
Oh, yeah, you did have, that was...
if you had clicked Belly Drum, and then
that was definitely a Belly Drum turn, yeah.
Yeah. Because if Pat had gone into... It would have had to have been Blastoise regardless.
Yeah, I mean, anything that comes in dies to it because they're all slower than Zard at that point, and then he'd have to go back to Doug Trio to get you again, which you can just switch out. Other than put yourself back in the Blaze range, I think that would have been a perfect Belly Drum turn, yeah.
So
and maybe there is a Jolteon in the back, but it doesn't want to, it's the same thing as Doug Trio. It wouldn't switch in, yeah. And we do see Lovely Kiss miss, but I don't believe this.
It actually was pretty huge because it allows Glalie to get the kill.
Nice. Okay, it did have a Lumberry. That's cool. And spikes up, but Houndoom, I believe Hall sends in Houndoom here because he knows this Glalie can't do anything to it.
Yep, Pre-sub.
It's revealed Crunch spikes and should have Ice Beam, so its fourth move will probably have to be Explosion.
And it is Boom. Now we're wishing.
So with no Earthquake, he feels pretty safe to do that. And I guess this Umbreon doesn't have...
That burn was huge.
Yeah.
If that Umbreon didn't get burned, that's a broken sub.
Yep. The whole reason Tim's running return is to break the sub on that Houndoom. And then, he gets crit.
First troubles, yeah.
Yeah, now this is like the worst case scenario, right? Houndoom behind the sub and nothing to take a hit.
Now Houndoom kind of runs
Mm-hmm.
rampant here. Here's Glalie. Glalie's just gonna get crit. Not that it mattered, it's just the principle.
Mm-hmm.
Vileplume's gonna come in, he's gonna eat the flame, he's gonna live.
You know, I think this is like, I know Vileplume, you're just sacking at this point, but I think this is the perfect time to get Zard in there to break the sub.
Yeah.
Have it die, and then get, like, oh, funny.
It is very
nice
funny.
flash fire. Have Gardevoir clean up later, right? Like, that's all you can do. But now Vileplume's so low, how's it going to help Wall, Dugtrio, and Blastoise? And Jolteon need the wall, all three of them left.
But now this
Charizard's
Gardevoir has a Slack Burst, and it's now the fastest thing in the universe.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So
But you have to make a lot of right reads here, because Psychic Thunderbolt coverage on Hall's team is pretty... Oh, wow, okay.
And then he says...
Well, that's one way to get something off the field.
Yeah, but again, still got to deal with with Houndoom, who is here.
Yeah.
There's the sub. Tim makes the good play and doesn't go for Protect this time. That's good. And I gotta hope that Swampert can live HP Grass, which he does. Granted, getting picked off by Doug.
Yeah. And the biggest issue... Oh, he doesn't go into Doug. Wow. I mean, he doesn't need it, but it's just it's just interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm thinking, like, what if Vileplume was at 100 here instead of 3%, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get Vileplume as a switch in here.
Would have been interesting. But still, Vileplume low and Beam will take it down.
Explodes.
So a lot of cool tech on Tim's team. It's just the luck. That was really bad luck.
I don't know. There were a couple times where he could have made some plays. And when you're making such like a aggressive team choice like Belly Drum Charizard, you have to make the aggressive. Like you have to make your moment. You only get one.
Yeah. One shot, one opportunity. We'll switch the sides. There we go. So game 2. This time, Tim's just getting the spike up. He's like, fuck Houndoom. I'm Charizard. But now with Flamethrower, he can't get put into that Salac range.
Yeah, so really, really good really good play by Hall there not to hit Crunch that second turn.
And Tim lets Charizard go down.
Yeah,
which kind of sealed his fate.
Turns out Houndoom's pretty gross, but you did have I know you got burned last time, but like you still do have that Umbreon.
Still have
right?
Umbreon,
yeah. You can wish past that Charizard later if you need to.
Yeah, for sure. And we're just gonna explode, which honestly...
Oh wow, it doesn't kill.
I don't hate it.
Oh, but he went into something slower.
Yeah. You did get the kill, but, you know, at what cost? Because now you're letting Houndoom in again. Oh, but it's Jinx.
Yeah. I mean, this is a pretty good mon to bring in here because I'm sure that crit could have mattered, but I've seen Jinx damage calcs. I've seen the Jinx damage calcs. That thing's too good.
The Jinx living on 1 HP too, which is just like, ooh.
Gross.
Into the crit. And now it's just Tim is having a rough day right now.
Yeah, it's a tough one. And you get a little smooch, I guess. Now he's going to slam damage.
Yep. And now Barbie is going to get picked off by Doug. Nope, he's not. He's just going to get crunched.
I don't think the Houndoom had Pursuit.
No. And then Umbreon is just going to throw the game in. There's unfortunate luck on Tim's end, but I feel like he didn't put in the adaptation. Because like he's like, oh, I guess Charizard's gonna die, whatever, and then you just kind of threw the game away at that point. It's like, you know, I get being discouraged when it's like things aren't going to plan. But
I want to see him bring Kangaskhan. I want to see him bring Kangaskhan and do that double wish team at some point.
That's true. You could do triple wish.
Oh dang!
Yeah, he's got a lot of wish guys.
Wishing he was fishing.
I know Tim is wishing for his hard part of the schedule to be over.
1 more week, right?
2 more.
2 more weeks. No, you get the bye week after that.
After, yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, no, 2 more. Speaking of 2 more, here's David. Ethan also doing the hard part,
yes.
I believe.
Ethan's on the tail end of it right now. So turn 1, Glurglin's gonna take him down. See you later.
Dude, I really love the shout out by Ethan, but man, I want to see him not die.
Yeah.
Failing is sending me subliminal messaging every time he lets it die at 100. But we have T-Tar here with Roar.
I like Roar T-Tar a lot.
Yeah, David really out here not wanting to play against Ninja.
He said, so I don't want to deal with this. Here's +2 speed Metagross. There he goes. There's Clamperl.
Bring back Sound. Bring back soundproof. Make people run whirlwind again.
Our Suicune needs... He really...
Yeah, look at that damage. That feels more like an offensive Suicune, right? Because that's a lot of damage to Suicune. Or Surf.
I mean, that's Clamperl. You know what I mean?
Like, and we finally see the HP Electric come off of David's Suicune, which I've been waiting for all season.
Yeah. With the Protect too, which I think is interesting, because you obviously you don't get that healing.
In sand.
Yeah.
But he's obviously scouting out what move it wants to be, and
so here's an
expanded. Wow, that's a huge miss.
Yeah, that's a big miss. So we're gonna see a sub. No, T-Wave.
High Volt Absorb, Bi-Volt Absorb.
Yes.
David very sad that the Meteor Mash missed. We saw that happening in Drew's game earlier too.
True. Meteor Mash is the most broken move in the game when it hits.
When it hits, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Now, I think it's interesting Suicune comes in. I feel like this is more of a sack than anything.
Yeah.
He's got Roar, get him out of there. Here's Clamperl, and Clamperl is basically...
I'll take your sand ship!
Yeah, so... Suicune's kind of done his job at this point.
Yep, for sure, for sure.
And then we're going to go down to Toxic, yep. And now we could get Porygon, who's going to take the speed boost for himself.
Oh, he's going to go his speed to the extreme!
He's going to zoom.
The heck, why is he running Hidden Power?
Probably HP Fire for Metagross.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's see if
Ethan goes into it. Fire, yep, there it is.
Yep, and look at that damage amount, just enough.
And look at that, and now he's faster, and Metagross is dead? That's pretty heat, can't lie.
Every once in a while, I would like Ethan to run an attacking move on his Ninjask. Maybe HP Fighting, maybe Silver Wind, maybe both.
True.
You give it both. You only need to pass like one speed boost usually anyways.
That's true. And now at this point, Amp kind of is going to...
Yeah, HP Grass Ampy's going to clean this one. Oh, he will get paralyzed for his trouble.
Of course, yeah. You can't have shit in Detroit. You can't have any free rides. Oh, but here's Confuse Ray.
Oh, with Parafusion. Oh, it's the Parafusion set.
David then breaks out, gets the heal ball off, which is really cool. And
only
now Amphy just has to break through Confusion. Spoiler for the folks at home. He's not.
Why you hit yourself?
And Amphy's going down. A dub for Lantern.
That's why we love non-permanent status conditions.
They're very
more
funny.
like, no, thank you.
So here's Breloom.
Oh, that's such a good mon in the back. What is he hiding this whole time?
Yeah. So now,
go to bed.
It's time for bed. Good night,
wow, like looking at David's team, right? This Breloom needs to hit the field earlier.
Breloom needed to come out a lot earlier. Because, look at that. Boom. That SD.
If Gligar was just not immediately here to kill you, yeah.
Yeah. If you had done something about Gligar earlier, make it take some chips.
Gligar. Wow.
And then once again, Ninjask is the last remaining soldier. And he's going to go down.
David carried a lot of anti-setup tech with double roar.
Yeah, he really said, I don't want any of this stuff to happen to me. And we're going for Rock Slide on turn 1, which I like, because now Ninjask is gone. The engine has been cut off. If it takes 72 from fucking Surf. Oh, you see HP Grass.
You gotta know what moves can, like, kill in one hit.
Yeah.
And Rock Slide can kill in one hit, so it was completely safe to go for it, and it just happened to catch the best switch in.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Amphy, living the Surf.
Yeah, that was a pretty good Surf.
Ampharos really had a good showing in this game. I don't know, I like Ampharos. I think he's quite good.
I think he had a better showing last game.
Oh, yeah, no, he's, not this one, but you know what I mean. Little Earthquake action. Here's Breloom. He's in. And we're going to see what he can do. He's going to SD Raw. They get paralyzed.
Brutal. SDing while there's a Gligar and T-Tars right there is a really crazy play. And then getting full parried
on Mach Punch, and David just doesn't care. And he says, alright, bet, do it. And he's like, alright, hold on. We're going to see Mach Punch again. Punch
would have gone crazy, though.
Yeah, imagine if he focused.
Yeah, right.
And there he goes.
So you also throw a Sky Uppercut on Standard Breloom. You don't have to go for the SD right away.
Yeah.
You know? It's a big commitment. And you still have Spores, so put something to bed. But Clamp comes out here and does 70.
God. Clamp slam.
That's the Oxygen attack out there. Thank you very much.
All right, so now Speargle is here, and he might do something.
Double spore?
Double spore. Go to bed.
Pretend I'm shocked. Pretend I'm shocked. Yeah, thank you.
And there's a spike. Getting the spikes down.
Waking. Fun spikes.
Are we going to see
Destiny
Bond?
Right oh, even better!
He said, nope, give me your Suicune. You have to now deal with my Metagross.
God, imagine if there was like a ninja as the speed boost too.
Yeah, right.
And Game revealing is 6 long because he didn't get to reveal it last time.
Blaziken's just going to delete.
Oh god, that just killed. Yeah. Wow.
And now Blaziken is ready to do it.
Yeah, he's that guy, huh?
Yeah. I know David will want me to shout it out. But against standard banded Metagross, this Blaziken is Charcoal. Flamethrower will always kill. However, Ethan is running a different spread, so that was a roll.
There you go.
So I'm giving you the props. I know the numbers. It would have been funny if it lived after you were gassing up your calc, just for pure comedic value. But I'm glad it worked.
Charcoal Blaziken's a move when you could just run Fire Blast.
Yeah, I know. Little last, here we go.
It's 85% accurate. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's really not. All right, last set of the week. You may be noticing, where's Crispy Will? Where's Bannon? Unfortunately, that set was forwarded due to unseen circumstances. That set may or may not be played in the future, depending on playoff seeding. But as of now, there is no set to talk about. So we have Corey and Ernest as the set of the week. And we're going to start off with MF Mightyena. Brian, talk to him. Talk about Mightyena. What do you think about him?
Well, he's the dog, right? He's got that dog in him, and he's got that dog outside of him.
That's true.
And I really think Corey needs to understand that we're not all out to get him. All right? This is not a joke that we're all in on. We legitimately believe in Mightyena. It's just, maybe it seems crazy to you because you have such a good team. But even JT believes in this Mightyena, so...
Yeah. So
what it actually does is it does Intimidate, and it's a pretty decent support move pool. However, we do see that this Gligar here has Hyper Cutter, and doesn't really care about that first hit, or the first Intimidate, right?
Yeah. So what's he gonna do?
Thinking,
he's gonna eat a Hidden Power Flying and die.
Yeah. Well, no, Hidden Power Fighting.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So, like,
might have been Bug, actually,
it may seem bad that the Intimidate drop didn't work, but hey, Corey had a nice tech in his pocket there with the counter.
Yeah, and it worked really well. So here comes Shiftry, and right now Shiftry's looking like a menace.
Yeah. Except he's not, because he is banded.
Yes.
And
Coons get knocked, which is good. Celebi's going to come back in. Here's a Calm Mind. We're going to see a lot of Suicune and Celebi on the field together.
First, we're going to see what kind of Suicune this is, and you immediately can tell that is not a bulky Suicune.
That is not bulky.
That is a very offensive Suicune.
So Vaporeon's going to come in and says, yes, please.
Yes, in your life points, sir.
So here's Weg.
I love Weg.
Well, BP, get Home Star out here.
I love the Wegmans.
Shout out to Wegmans, for real.
Oh, yeah, no.
And here is name of the year, Beatmon Butt.
Beatmon Butt.
Funny.
I think the whole chat laughed. Like, we were all extremely happy to see Beatmon Butt.
Yeah.
I think Hall was over the moon ecstatic.
He really was.
I think he found a new dad in that mon.
I mean, that's his uncle, right? So now,
pretty crazy Gengar switch here.
Just to die.
But unfortunately, Gengar is just not hitting those Psychics hard enough and loses him a really important mon.
Yeah.
Early because of that.
It's huge. So now it's like, I mean, Hariyama's going to go down, which is honestly a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, Hariyama's pretty brutal the other four.
So I like the Toxic, throwing it off. Now you hit Hitmonchan with the timer because this guy is kind of threatening right now. Beatmon Butt is...
Beatmon Butt does hit pretty hard.
He does. And here's Doug. Doug is here to delete Chansey. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, oh, of course.
That's what he's here to do, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Psych, you all thought that Chansey would lose. This is Wegmans.
Yeah, please pay for your items.
Please. That's true.
The express checkout is 10 or only.
It's 10 items or less.
Through the main line.
And for the first time in Pokemon history, Chansey has 1v1 to Dugtrio.
Yeah, literally. I've never seen it before.
Something that might never happen again.
You know, Corey was like telling me this week, after the set. It's like, man, I hate playing with the nuke button. That's Dugtrio, man. It makes, I really want to build my teams like I don't have to worry about it. I'm like, dude, you're the one using it.
Yeah. We're
out here running Ice Beam Chanseys just to even have an attempt to beat it. Like, it was funny to me. And I remember Ernest saying the same thing that he was saying. I knew the Ice Beam wouldn't kill. I was hoping for the freeze. So sometimes you gotta, you gotta pray for those chances.
Also, that's a lot of HP back.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, this Chansey could also be Serene Grace. I don't believe it is, but it would be really funny if it was.
We do see Natural Cure, but that would have been really funny.
Yeah, if he was like that far in the meta, but I need to freeze the Dugtrio, that he's willing to run the 20% freeze Ice Beam.
At this point, this game is done.
Yeah, Suicune, taking on Celebi is something that you don't see every day. Yeah. But that's why I love the offensive Suicune variations.
Yeah.
That being said, Omastar legitimately could take all three of them left because
because Ernest did switch out with the spike up, so if he doesn't get the spin, then
right.
It's always
and like there is a world where Omastar could be faster than Hitmonchan, depending on its like. I know Hitmonchan isn't a tanky mon by any means, but there could be like a high HP, high attack build, and maybe it just ends up being slower.
Like Hitmonchan has a really high base special defense.
That too, yeah.
So you can take it.
But his HP is so low, it's not that big of a deal. As we said, Ernest looks to just be stalling out the Omastar with willing to go down together kind of deal here.
Yeah, and Corey's just like, all right, let's move on. So we shall. So how are you gonna see things change, because we know the counter is here. So here's Suicune on turn 1 to get Toxic immediately.
Yeah, Gligar does not have immunity in this gen, so you can Toxic it, which is really nice.
Which is huge.
And the Suicune doesn't have any friends to heal it seems like.
Not at the moment. So we're just make a BP, go into Mightyena walls Gengar. I know. I never thought I would say that in my life. And now Hariyama he's got his guts boost, and now someone is going to die.
Nah, I feel like all these guts players, they just take their big attack bonus and they start hitting knockoff, and I'm like, I want to see someone die. I want to see explosions. But Ernest having to make so far 3 double switches to try and get around this toxic Hariyama.
Yeah.
And Corey says, all right, I respect it.
You know what? I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna cut off the middleman. And throwing off toxic. So Corey is not playing around. He is saying, all right, I'm going to keep you on the back foot, so I can get in Salad Burst. Look at that! Look at that double. Like, that was great.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's fun to run a bad mon like Mightyena, right? Because you feel less pressure to play the mon like perfectly, and you can afford to make these reads. Because if it falls, well, that's all right. You've got other mons.
Which is funny because right now, looking at that Shiftry, Mightyena is the best check to it on Corey's team, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
And Shiftry is surprisingly very threatening.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Joe, you might think it's surprising. I've never doubted Shiftry in my life.
I don't know. I have.
I look at the typing, and look at the moves, and look at, like, Corey's team, at least what he's brought so far.
So I want to go back, one turn, right? So we see here comes Shiftry, right? We BP. If that Doug is HP Bug, delete.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember if it was. So,
I guess it's probable.
It might be Ghost for Gengar.
Yeah.
But
true.
Yeah. Corey with the strap-in gentleman. So this is a long set, a lot of methodical gameplay, and a set like this is why I think ADV is really cool. It's like there's a lot of moving pieces and 54%.
Whoa, that is not
Gligar
switching.
is down.
That is not a switching.
Nope.
That's switching.
Yeah, they're going for some chip. So that was not a great trade, but however, Shiftry's gone. And I don't know if trading Celebi for Gligar and Shiftry is worth it. But then you think about it, right? This Suicune is toxic, and it has not shown any indication that it has rest.
Yeah.
And you got Mightyena to check Gengar. Yep. And you can't play the
you got Mightyena to kill her.
Yeah.
And more importantly, Dugtrio now has that mon advantage where it can constantly trade and come out ahead.
Yeah. And of course, Vaporeon is here.
Yeah, so there's not much to fear. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Especially with, like... I mean, we don't know what the Hitmonchan is yet, but it doesn't have lefties, and that's an interesting tell.
I think it's banned. No, it's not. It is lefties. You just showed it right there. Lefties.
Okay, good. Never mind. I'm just wrong then. Good.
So Corey makes a double. He says, I'm going to get Chansey, and I'm going to do this again. And everybody's holding their breath. Is it going to freeze? No.
I was so really excited for the 1v1 again. But Chansey does protect, making the correct play here to get on one more shot at the Ice Beam Freeze or crit. Very well EV trained. But
we'll train
10% for 10%.
We'll chain Chansey. Yeah. But he does not get the freeze.
Corey did not appreciate us making Tim Allen signs.
Tim Allen sounds? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah, so Suicune's real low.
And
Gengar's
nothing
down.
Can take a surf. Yeah.
And at this point, this is done.
Yeah.
So Corey kind of got the download, and that was a really good example of the foot was on the gas, and it did not let up.
Yeah, definitely.
So I like that a lot.
Proving how important it is to just, chip away and make positive trades.
Yeah.
When needed.
Yeah, because you look at it now,
there was
like
never...
trading the Celebi 2-for-1 for Gligar and Shiftry. At the time, like, I don't know if that was a great play. That was exactly what he needed to finish breaking down everything so that nothing could really stop Vape.
Yeah, let's say when you look at Vape and you look at his team, there's only one mon that scares it.
Yeah. So game 3, we'll see how the players adapt. So Mightyena is back on the prowl. What will he do? He's Toxicking. So I like that Ernest goes right for Hitmonchan. It just says, okay, I'm going to do some big damage. And are we going to see the prediction? No. Ernest missed a lot of Toxics.
Yeah. I actually love that Toxic play there because Corey doesn't have... I mean, yeah, he has the Hariyama, right? But he doesn't have an immune to it.
Yeah, but Celebi's pretty close, just because he can just natural carry it off.
Oh, sure. But it's certainly nicer than hitting a fighting move into Celebi.
Yeah, for sure.
And now here's Celebi making a lot of Psychic HP Fire reads.
Yeah. Well, so now Omastar comes in very early, so now it's time to threaten Spikes, but no, he just goes right for Pump. I would have spiked.
Wow,
so Corey's a better player.
Bro, Gligar did not get to play this set.
No. So Omastar is really out here doing his best. Here comes Mightyena to wall Gengar.
Yeah. Oh, T-Bolt, thank you. I'll have another, sir.
Thank you. Yes, please. Hitmonchan
my face when Gengar isn't
yes.
good.
Let's make the double go into Hariyama and start to threaten some knockoffs.
An OUmon versus an NUmon moment.
True. And we're going to see...
And Corey doing a good job pivoting in. I like the way he pivots in, like, his Mon that has just had its counter beaten.
Yeah.
To really force the pressure situation.
Yep. Be like, all right, hey, by the way, all that work you did, it's gone, because now, boom. There's Omastar coming in. Omastar can't really do much, but he can't spike.
He can't do a lot here. I'm not sure I agree with the baton pass, but I do like that he wants to get the spike up. He just
Suicune also can't touch Vaporeon at all. So, I don't think Corey minds, and I think he wants that spike more than anything.
Yeah.
As Mighty gets paralyzed...
Well, that's the funny thing, right? Like, I know Ernest did a Calm Mind like a few turns ago on the Vaporeon, just thinking, well, it can't, it's going to baton pass. I'm going to get a free Calm Mind. No one's done that this season, really. And now we unfortunately got to paralyze Mightyena, but he's got to get leftovers back.
Are we going to see the spin?
We
are going to see the spin, but now Celebi is in, and it is time to throw off a Psychic. And we also look, okay, what percent is Shiftry? Shiftry is at 100.
Yep.
But we see Chansey come in, which is interesting.
Well, Corey makes the read on Shiftry, going for HP Fire.
Yeah. And now Shiftry's coming in. So really good place from Ernest to position his Shiftry. But however, here comes Mightyena the GOAT.
Yeah, he has to make so many predictions with this Shiftry, Gengar, Chansey core against Celebi. Like, it's hard. And easy, like, many men would have fallen by now and just said, I can't do this, it's over.
Yeah, and this turn, Corey gets the HP Fire on. He says, I have no reason to overpredict these things. I could just throw off the moves.
And no matter what now that the Shiftry's gotten hit by 1 HP Fire and isn't faster, there's officially no way for him to come in safely because you can just hit HP Fire the turn after, which is incredibly powerful to know that you have that, you have that advantage state.
For sure. Here
He's
comes
taking all
Gar.
the thinking out of the game. And
Psychic.
once again,
Boom.
not strong enough, dies.
Not enough. See you later, Gengar.
I think Gengar might have been like one last hope for Ernest in this game.
Yeah.
If he kept that thing around. But obviously, nothing else was going to do enough damage. And Mightyena just proven to be the absolute dog.
Yeah.
Not caring whatsoever about Shiftry.
Yes, this is the week for the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Mightyena. He's really done a great job. Like this is an example, I talked about in my video with how low tier Pokemon will win you draft games. This is the one. This is what I'm talking about. Mightyena dominated this set, and I never thought I would say those words.
Sometimes people doubt the little guy.
Yeah, the little dog that could.
We've seen a lot of bad mons this season get used well. I mean, not like.
But hold on, folks.
Hold on, wait.
Hold on.
Game 3. The new meta.
Look at what we have going on here. Can
Chansey
do it?
So Chansey should be able to do this one, actually.
Yeah, and then Ernest realizes, why haven't I been wishing?
Wait a minute, why
haven't I been doing that? And now Hariyama's in, and he's gonna get a kill with Brick Break.
He never got the, that's what you would say.
Yeah, but I mean, you take that trade. I say kill, but like it's really just neutral. Reset.
I'm a little surprised he didn't just.
And BP and Doug is gonna take it down.
Yep. Goodbye, Suicune.
Doing exactly what he needs to do. I think this was Corey's best set that he's played all season. He definitely showed some mastery of his team, and the dudes just fit really well together. Like this is. It
was really, really fun to watch too.
Yeah.
Live.
Like I have this up there in like set of the year so far, set of the season. Like I think this one is really good overall. And here's Shiftry ready to make his last stand just to lose to Mightyena.
I like that wish pass though, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, every once in a while I think maybe this Shiftry could have hit HP Bug. It's not terrible coverage into his team, but today it will hit non-stab Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
And then die.
Mightyena will get a Spadef drop, and he will get the final blow with Toxic. And say, adios. As the dog gets put down, Doug is going to come in, and he's going to click aerially, showing it is not HP Bug.
Yeah, shout out to the trio. Like, what a good mon. What an absolutely amazing mon this thing is. I think nobody expected. Outside of the Gen 3 players, right? Like, nobody really knew just how good this thing was at keeping a team together.
Yeah, just like overall, in terms of draft, like it really puts a huge restriction on team building.
Yeah. Corey got his mons down to where he needed. He did a great job positioning this game, and it was 54 turns, but it never once fell out of his control.
Yeah, there's definitely some turns where like Ernest made the plays, but Corey was able to reset neutral very easily. And unfortunately, it's like there wasn't much Ernest could do to stop that. Just like the power of having Vaporeon just being able to BP into Doug or literally any potential check.
I'm saying that best mon for the value. I don't mean this in like a oh my god, I just don't like fighting Vaporeon way. I mean I love that mon.
It's very good. Yeah,
you can just see how absolutely critical it was defensively this game. It was great.
And that's really the power of having a good bulky water type.
Yeah, a bulky water type that can recover HP. So for those of you looking for that, take a look at Milotic. Yeah,
go get Milotic. If you're tired of us talking about Vaporeon, go get Milotic so we can talk about that instead.
Yes, if you want your own bulky water that does that, there are in both conferences.
There's also Starmie.
Yeah, but that's not as bulky.
Yeah, but then you could kill people.
True. So, I mean, I think people are gunning for Starmie though. That's the difference. I don't think people are looking at Milotic right now.
All right, so let's talk rankings. This is
a little bit of an odd rankings week.
Yeah, so this is weird. None of this seems like correct, but like it kind of just is how it is right now. Since this is week 7 rankings, we have had some week 8 games happen, so we have to kind of keep that out of consideration. Number 1, Brian, you didn't play a game, but you're the only undefeated team at the moment, so.
Yeah, I had a bye week. It was nice.
Yeah. I'm at number 2. I think my win was more just like I think I finally realized how good Flygon was because I've been a Flygon hater. You know
He's
what?
now
I'll
upping
say
the price to 2 smooches.
I know he's always Brian. He's always there for smooch. You know.
Just one. Okay, just
one.
one.
Yeah,
Making sure the
yeah,
price
no,
didn't go up.
it's always an option. So JT, David, as of right now, I can tell you that I think Flygon is good, a Gen 3. Anyway, Will at number 3.
I know.
Yes, Will is technically still he hasn't lost a game set he's played, so he's still at 3 just for that reason.
Right.
Team's still good. Zapdos is Zapdos. JT's back with a vengeance.
And welcome back to the top 5.
Welcome back to the top 5. Corey at number 5. It feels weird devoting Corey a spot, but I think we underranked JT last week, so it kind of had to right itself.
I mean, and I'm rewatching that Corey Ernest set again. I kind of want to put him back up at 4, but like it's really it's not. There's no difference.
It's such a weird thing because like Will didn't play, so like naturally we want to be like, oh, let's put like GT 3, Corey 4, and then Will at 5. But it's like, you gotta kind of have a little respect there. So
a little respect for the 6.
A little bit, yeah. So we got Ben at 6 for that same reason.
Yep.
He's doing his thing. We got Hall at number 7. Hall's playing really good. He's big, good teams that work.
Yeah, Hall actually, I think when he came into his last 2 weeks, I would not have put him at the favorite just on team comp alone. But he's been literally playing and thinking about the way he's been playing so well lately that there's no way he's not cracking the top of this. Like he's like, I can't believe I'm 5-2. I've never been this like good in the season before. But you've never played, like you've never really like, in my opinion, put your effort this much into it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're just like, oh, I'm gonna try this, try that, and then it doesn't work out, and like you lose to a setup sweeper. But this season, it's been like really clean. Like it's so scary.
There's really only been one set where Hall hasn't looked like he can win it, and Brian, that was your set, and you got him pretty good. And
it was still close. Remember, it was
still close in a couple of those.
I had to get lucky on that trio. Like, this man is piloting, in my opinion, a very strange team extremely well, which is,
that's
literally
Patrick Hall special.
That is literally just him. Yeah. So
that's how it goes.
I love that he's. I know he could be ranked higher.
It's hard to differentiate a lot of the teams in here that have these like 5-2, 6-1 records. Like, there's a lot of teams up here that are really, really good, and up in our top 8, I fully expect these 8 teams to be in the playoffs and be in that contention going into.
You can definitely see the split here. I mean, this upper echelon of records is just really, really well played games at the moment.
For sure. So coming in number 9, we got a new member of the top 10. THD has impressed me the past few weeks now that he has realized the potential of Jump Bluff and is starting to see how his team functions a bit. And with free agency shoring up some weaknesses, we're gonna see some cool stuff. And
you're gonna see 100 free agency claims and 99 free agency rescissions from Chris this week. I'm just gonna warn you, check your mailbox.
Oh, I know. I looked. He messaged me today, and it's like I had to change some things. So.
Yeah, good luck keeping up with that. But yeah, he's looking to fix his holes in his team. Hopefully, he can sneak out a few wins before then, because like the record isn't great. He does need to get a couple wins on the board, but I like the way he's been playing. Just put up a really good match against you.
Going into a bye, like despite losing the last game, that was probably the best game he's played all season, and he's only gonna get better. And because remember, like Will has lost 1 game all year, and it was to Chris. So Chris is able to take games off of the top teams. So I got a lot of potential there. I want to see free agency and how he shores up his holes and continues to pilot Tyranitar and his pals. Number 10, we got Ernest. Ernest plays good mons consistently.
Ernest plays good mons should be the name of the podcast at this point.
He does, yeah. It's like
every week.
It's like obviously it's like, we all make some mistakes during games, but like Ernest consistently like plays well. It's like, there's the one set versus Will where he threw the game super hard, but like we've all thrown games really bad, These things happen.
He's 8-10. He has one of the high, like he has the same number of game wins as some of the top coaches. It's just like, or players, sorry.
Yeah, no.
And, like he's getting these dubs too. He's doing the same thing. The only difference with Ernest is just that sometimes it just, he doesn't get those game threes, as we can see there in the 2-2 column. If those just went the other way, he's sitting right up in the top. So
yeah, exactly. So we got David 11. David's gonna fix the team in free agency. I think he's starting to use Ampharos a little bit differently, as more defensive than an offensive threat, and I kind of like that a lot. I like what he's doing. I just think, again, we need some speed. And again, it's like, I feel like Suicune has been such a good pinnacle for him defensively, but offensively, it just doesn't do anything. Again, this one, Milotic, crazy. But
very well could be an interesting switch. Yeah. We'll see if he decides to do that as free agency comes along.
Yeah.
A new Heat is still right below him. I mean, we got number 12.
Yeah, number 12 we got Aaron. I'll be honest, this whole section right now we're talking about rankings. This group is very hard to rank because, it's a lot of inconsistencies. It's like we see the flashes of, oh, this team is gonna make a run. They're gonna turn it around, and then we also see where it's like, oh no, what's going on? So it's a very fun group because I could definitely see a lot of these teams just turning it around in the second half of the season and making a push for those last few spots. So we got Aaron.
Honestly, like, even if they don't turn around and make the push, there's really not that big of a skill gap in this league for players in terms of talent. Everybody knows what they're doing for the most part, right? And every single player has proven they can take a game off of anybody in this league. So, like, there are no easy wins. There are no low-ranked players. Everybody who's on this list has to be feared. And therefore, like, when I look at that 12 to 17 ranking downward here, I think, okay, like, any given day, Aaron can be Ernest. Any given day, Tim can be Atomic. Like, there's all sorts of, like, it's why it's so hard to rank in this section, because everybody's 2 and 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you have an up and down week. Like, Tim had a rough one today where Jordan just came off a big win.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think you got to give the flowers, when they're due. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's not the right saying, but Aaron had a nice win this week.
He did.
Jordan had a nice win as well. I think they deserve to get a little bump in the PR for that.
Yeah. Tim had a rough go. He got haxed a lot, but these things happen. Adam fell apart at the end. But Jordan played really well and capitalized on her opponent making mistakes, and that's what you got to do in those kinds of situations, where it's like there's a thing to throw a game, and then there's a thing where it's like noticing that your opponent has made a huge mistake and not letting them get bailed out for it, because we do see that a lot where there are like some bad plays that happen that completely change a game, and then the opponent just doesn't capitalize on that opportunity.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's kind of our ranking here. I don't really feel the need to kind of specifically highlight each player in justification for the order. No. Just know that this kind of flips, and
any of them do better. Like, they get a big win next week, or just skyrocket up. Like, it's the PR. It's still hard to rank these players.
We're about halfway through the season. A lot can change. Free agency is going to change a lot of teams.
That's a big one, I think. Yeah. The free agency is going to ruin my perception on like half of these teams.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to rethink everything, just in terms of like, okay, what does that mean for their future? But that'll be fun when we get to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think rounding out the top, right? We are rounding out the 16-17. Ethan does only have one win this season, but I mean, he is putting on a show every week. He's coming in, he's having fun, he's putting up interesting teams. I'm always enjoying it. It just seems like he's also running that rough gauntlet. So
yeah,
just keep trying. I'm sure we'll figure out how to make Shedinja work at some point.
For sure. We do also see the trend where these players here are in the gauntlet, as we've kind of called it. So, it's like, I know Tim is almost out of the gauntlet. Adam just finished it. Jordan went through it, or most of it at least.
Right.
So Ethan's going through it right now. Like, it's one of those. Ernest is entering it. So
Yeah, you gotta stay positive and
Yep.
do your best. 'Cause again, anyone can take anybody. We're seeing a lot of good gameplay. And then rounding out, we got Dante at 17. I mean, hey, my man's still trying to make Diddle work, and I got to give him props for that.
yeah,
Not this week though.
not this week,
But,
no.
you know.
Again, come reach out for help, because when you reached out for help in week 1, you took a game off Brian. Brian has lost 3 games this season. You are one of them.
Yeah.
Which is nothing to...
Once again, just proving that we're really not that far apart. I think everybody can hang. So. But if not, and you want to make your own teams, and you're going to bring, Agility World Mulches again, all the power to you.
Just know it's probably not going to go well.
Probably not going to go as well as some other things you can do.
Yeah.
But that's it for this PR.
Yeah. It's going to be fun because we're going to turn around.
Right?
We're just going to turn around and do it for next week, because this week is already pretty much over. So.
It's definitely coming out late, so you get a little double dip. But please, enjoy each of these.
Yeah.
Matt does a lot of work making these PRs. He is,
Yeah,
we all appreciate all the time he does.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, if you have listened this far, thank you.
Yes, of course. Thank you all for watching, listening. Because you don't really watch these. If you do, I mean, that's fine. But I feel like this is mostly just background noise. It's like throw it on at work in the car and all that. So, anyway, have a good day. We'll see you next time. Same time, same place. Probably a little earlier though. But yeah, bye.